Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Ever feel like your own brain is playing a cruel prank on you? Like it's secretly in cahoots with some cosmic supervillain constantly whispering reasons why you shouldn't be happy? You know that feeling, right? That nagging voice that tells you, nah, don't enjoy this, something bad is probably just around the corner, or you don't deserve to be this happy. Well, you're not alone. Our minds are incredibly powerful, but sometimes they can be real tricksters, subtly convincing us to stay in a state of perpetual meh or even outright unhappiness. Today we're diving deep into the bizarre ways our own brains sabotage our joy, and more importantly, how we can turn the tables on these sneaky mental tactics. So let's kick things off with a classic, the if-then fallacy. This is where our brains convince us that happiness is a destination, not a journey. It sounds something like, I'll be happy if I get that promotion, or I'll finally relax when I lose 10 pounds, or my life will be perfect after I find my soulmate. It's like we're constantly pushing the finish line further away. Remember when you were a kid, and you'd tell yourself, I'll be happy when I get that new toy? And then you got the toy, played with it for a bit, and suddenly there was a new toy on the horizon promising even more happiness? Yeah, our adult brains do the same thing, just with slightly more expensive and complicated toys. We tie our happiness to external events or achievements, and guess what? Life is a continuous stream of events and achievements. There's always another if, another then. It's a never-ending cycle that keeps happiness perpetually out of reach. Next up, we have the notorious comparison trap. Oh, this one is a doozy, especially in the age of social media. We scroll through our feeds, seeing perfectly curated lives, stunning vacations, flawless selfies, and immediate thoughts pop into our heads. Why isn't my life like that? They're so much happier, richer, more successful than me. It's like our brains have a built-in NBO meter that's constantly pinging. We compare our messy behind-the-scenes reality with someone else's highlight reel. It's like judging your entire novel based on someone else's perfectly edited movie trailer. It's an unfair fight, and our minds are expert at making us feel like we're losing. This doesn't lead to self-improvement, it usually just leads to feeling inadequate and grumpy. Then there's the delightful little trick called catastrophizing. This is when our minds take a small problem and blow it up into an apocalyptic scenario. Your boss sends an email asking to chat later. Your brain immediately goes to, oh my god, I'm going to be fired. I'll lose my apartment. I'll end up living in a cardboard box eating stale crackers. A minor headache? It's definitely a brain tumor. I'm doomed. It's like our brains are auditioning for the lead role in a dramatic horror film, constantly creating worst-case scenarios out of thin air. And what does this do? It floods our bodies with stress hormones, keeping us in a perpetual state of anxiety, making it impossible to enjoy the present moment. Our brains convince us that preparing for the worst is being responsible, when often it's just being needlessly miserable. Let's not forget the negativity bias. This is perhaps one of the most ingrained tricks our minds play. Our brains are wired to pay more attention to negative experiences than positive ones. Think about it, you could have 10 amazing things happen in a day, but that one rude comment from a stranger? That's the one that sticks, replaying on a loop. It's an evolutionary leftover from when we needed to be hyper-aware of threats to survive. Back in the caveman days, remembering where the saber-toothed tiger was hiding was way more important than remembering how good that berry tasted. But in modern life, this bias means our brains are constantly scanning for problems, magnifying flaws and downplaying successes. It's like having a personal mental editor whose red pen only highlights the mistakes and ignores all the brilliant parts. This makes it incredibly hard to appreciate the good things because our brains are just more interested in finding what's wrong. And how about the sunk cost fallacy? This one is a gem. It's when we continue investing time, effort, or money into something that isn't working, simply because we've already invested so much. Our brains convince us, I've come this far, I can't give up now. Even when all signs point to, this is a terrible idea, bail now. Think about that dreadful movie you kept watching, hoping it would get better, just because you'd already spent an hour on it. Or that job you hate but stay in because I've already put 5 years into this career path. Our brains trick us into believing that cutting our losses means our previous efforts were wasted, when in reality, it's often the smartest thing we can do for our happiness. It traps us in situations that actively make us unhappy, all because our brains are afraid of admitting a loss. Finally, we have the sneaky perfectionism trap. This is where our minds tell us that anything less than perfect is a failure. And guess what? Perfection doesn't exist. So our brains set us up for constant disappointment. It's like trying to catch smoke with a net. We strive for an impossible standard, and when we inevitably fall short, our brains are right there to say, "See, you're not good enough." This trick keeps us from starting new things, from finishing projects, and from simply enjoying the process, because the fear of not being perfect paralyzes us. It convinces us that happiness is only for those who achieve flawlessness, which means happiness is always just out of reach. So how do we fight back against these mental shenanigans? The first step, and honestly the biggest one, is awareness. Just knowing that these tricks exist helps us spot them in action. When your brain starts catastrophizing, you can pause and say, "Aha, I see what you're doing there, brain. Nice try, but not today." Secondly, practice gratitude. It sounds simple, almost cliché, but intentionally looking for things to be grateful for actively rewires your brain. Keep a gratitude journal, or just take a few minutes each day to think of 3 things you appreciate. It forces your brain to focus on the positive, counteracting that negativity bias. Third, challenge your thoughts. Don't just accept what your brain tells you as gospel. If you find yourself in the if-then trap, ask yourself, is it really true that I can't be happy until X happens? Often the answer is a resounding no. If you're comparing yourself to others, remind yourself that you're seeing a curated version of their life, not the full picture. Fourth, embrace imperfection. Seriously. Give yourself permission to be human, to make mistakes, and to not be flawless. The pursuit of good enough is far more liberating and sustainable than the relentless chase for perfection. And finally, and this is a big one, focus on the present moment. Our minds love to drag us into the past with regrets or fling us into the future with worries. But happiness, true happiness, resides in the here and now. Practice mindfulness, even for a few minutes a day. Pay attention to your breath, the sounds around you, the taste of your food. It pulls your mind away from its tricks and grounds you in reality. It's a journey, not a sprint. Our brains have been practicing these tricks for years, so it takes time and effort to retrain them. But by becoming aware of these common mental traps and actively challenging them, we can start to reclaim our happiness from our own sneaky minds. What are some of the tricks your brain plays on you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.